Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you an update of my planning and journaling system, what changes I've made from the first quarter to the current one, and meanwhile I would also like to hear from you about any changes that you have made, whether you are using it consistently, it's going great for you, or maybe it's not going so great and you are making a lot of changes. In either case, please comment it down below so that I can have an update from you too. Now let's begin. So this was my original lineup as far as 2023 is concerned. This large one here is the Erin Condren focused teacher planner, which is my work planner. This here is the Hobonichi cousin English, which is my main planner that I store at the end of the year. And this here is the Hobonichi weeks mega, which is my church planner. So we will go in the same order with the largest, from the largest to the smallest. Now this is the one that I'm going to speak about a lot because maybe I won't get a chance again. So I'm going to rave about it. And the reason I probably won't get a chance again is because my last conversation with their customer service was disastrous. I have not received my order yet. It was a March order and this is May. There is still a conversation going on between me and them after a long gap, and let's see, if things work out, I will probably buy from them again. Otherwise, it is going to be a huge no from me, no matter how much I love this planner. But I'm not going to spread negativity about this planner as such because I truly love it and I would have loved to buy it again next year too. So let's go through it. Now this is their teacher planner, though you don't have to use it in that manner. You can use it however you want. There are a number of reasons that I bought it, but more reasons that I ended up loving it later. Now, since I use it as a work planner, let me tell you about the pros and cons for me in terms of that. Now, this is a planner that may not be suitable for everyone's work needs. Why I bought it is because, one, I bought it quite late, so it is a dated planner and I was planning to redate it. So when I bought it quite late, they had already, put it up at a very low sale price. So this was extremely cheap for me. I did not pay the full price of, I don't know, 30, 35, I don't know how much this costs exactly. I paid it around, I think, $15 maybe or less. Because there was some sale going on and I had some codes as well to use. So I think I got it for 15 or less. I don't exactly remember, but it's definitely below 15 or exactly 15, not above it. And which I feel is a really good deal considering the quality of this planner. Now, what I love about this planner is that it is sophisticated, but at the same time, it is not way too dull for my work life. I have seen a lot of work planners which are so dull that you feel bored just looking at it. Now this is not too bright and colorful because that is not my style. This is colorful, a sage green color or different colors as they release it. And at the same time it is minimal. I love the way it looks when I take it to office. It's extremely large, which is a con for many people because they carry lightweight planners for work. But the large system works for me. I'll show you the spreads that mainly encouraged me to buy it. There are two ribbon big bookmarks inside this planner since it is a Softbound. I have redated this planner to suit my needs. So just showing you one of the empty spreads. Now these are how the months work. There is this sort of dashboard page before every monthly spread that you can use it however you want. I have used whiteout wherever required to cover up unnecessary things. Now then there is this monthly spread again that I've redated. I don't have a good handwriting, but I've just used a black pen and put on the dates that I require. Why I love this is because it is so spacious. I have a lot of things to fill in the monthly spread, which was quite annoying for me to do last year in the Hobonichi cousin because it's very small. And if you have a small handwriting or you have the patience to write it that slow, you can do it easily. I have a larger handwriting. I use a cousin, but when I do it at home, I have the time and patience to go through it slowly. At work, I'm just trying to jot down things quickly and I don't, I just can't write small. So I love the space that this offers because I can add in events, holidays, meetings, time, money, any other important information over here easily without worrying about it being too crowded. So after this there are the regular weekly spreads. Now this is how it is set up. In fact, it is meant to be used horizontally. I've been using it vertically, so I have dated it from Monday to Saturday over here. I don't need Sunday for work. So that leaves me 2 extra columns over here. Now this extra section, I use it for meeting notes and any other random additional notes that I want to make over here. But what I love the most about this planner is the divisions that it has, these boxes, because for my work system I need these divisions, and last year I used to do that myself in the Hobonichi cousin because the daily pages were bare. It was up to me to make the divisions, and that initially was fine, but then beyond a time it was just annoying for me to do it on a daily basis. So I love how this works out for me. It's already divided, and this may not really be something that is useful for everyone, but it's perfect for my work purposes as such. Now coming to other information, there are a number of extra spreads in this planner, like there are checklist pages at the end and a few other pages at the beginning too with regards to teacher planning. You can modify it and use it as required. For me it works out because a number of them I really need them as notes pages or pages for inventory, so the checklists work out for me. Now another thing that I want to speak about this planner is that the fact that it is not undated was a little troubling because it's when you redate, see, if you're just writing down the dates, it doesn't take much time. I had the double work of using whiteout and clearing the current information as well. So since the dates were all on the left hand side, I had to use whiteout to clear that out, and of course correct all the dates that were there on the monthly spreads and every other spread that is there. So that can be a little too much for some people if you don't have the patience for it. An option that you can choose is, if you still want this planner, there is an undated version of it available in Target. I could not buy it because we don't have Target here, and so this was the only option that I had. Now frankly for me, I feel that when I started with the first month, it was too much for me, but then I got the hang of it. Then the later months went on pretty quickly. So it didn't really take much time for me, considering I don't use stickers or any other sort of decorative aspect. Redating went for me, I think completely, I finished it off in 2 days. And the reason I took 2 days, it's not that I sat for it in the entire day. I just sat for it for a few minutes on both days. Not a few minutes, maybe 30 minutes on both days, I think. That's about it. The reason is simple. I just went with a whiteout and cleared that first, and then I took the current calendar and redated it referring to that, and just used my regular handwriting and a black pen. That's it. So it did not really take me much time, since I wasn't placing stickers or doing anything else as such. So it went on pretty quickly for me. Now enough of that. I really want to buy this next year, as I said, but I would probably not buy it if the issue does not get resolved between me and them. So maybe I'll give you an update on that later if you're really interested in listening to that. As of otherwise, if it doesn't get resolved, I am on the lookout for another planner similar to this one. If any of you can recommend that, I would really love it, because truth be told, I just love this planner and I really don't want to give it up. But that depends on a number of factors, like I have mentioned before. Anyway, let's not waste any more time on this, but I definitely recommend this. Just look at the layout, see if it works out for you, and think about this planner if you are looking for a planner for your work or for any other purposes. It's your choice how you want to use it. So let's go ahead to the next one. The next planner that I want to speak about is my Hobonichi cousin, which is my main planner. This is the only planner that I store every year. I don't keep my other planners for more than a year. I just dump them after they are used, because I don't really need to keep them. Now this one I have spoken about a lot in most of my other videos, so I won't waste much time on this. This is the Hobonichi cousin. I have information regarding almost everything over here. If something regarding work needs to be saved for a longer time, I'll probably add that over here as well. You have seen my cousin spreads, so there is nothing much to write about as such. This is how monthly looks like on a regular basis. So there are a lot of things over here. I won't go into that. You can see my flip through videos for that, or how I use my cousin video, which I will try to link somewhere. Now going beyond that, so it is a little more decorative obviously in comparison to my work planner where there is no decorative aspect. I am not on the extremely decorative end of things, but I like some color in my regular main planner because, you know, it's a little more exciting, fun for me to use. So not going too much into this. This has been my love for a few years now. I will most probably continue with it next year as well. I think the only temptation that I've had to shift from this planner to another is probably the Sterling Ink Common Planner, because it's very similar to this version, and I think she has released new sizes. Earlier she was limited to one size planner. Now there are more sizes in that planner, so that is the only temptation that I have in terms of, you know, buying a different planner that is similar to this one. And maybe, or I'm not sure, but most likely I will continue with the Hobonichi cousin, even more so because they have released the English version. At least earlier I had a complaint of it being in Japanese, even though it didn't really bother me much. Now there is the English version. Truthfully, I don't really read the quotes over here, but it's there, so that's that. And this has been a wonderful planner for me in terms of my personal life. Even though the dailies can be a little daunting for most people because they can go blank a lot of times, and that is not something that is really pleasing to see. But I kind of got used to it over time, and it really doesn't bother me much. But yes, I understand the feel to, you know, the need to cover up and not leave it blank as such. But I won't see for more details on the cousin. Please just look into my other videos on how I use it, because there's a lot of info on that. Coming to my last planner, which is my church planner. Now this is barely used, that is the truth. Unlike the previous two that I showed to you, this one is barely used. If you're confused about the cover, just to be clear, this is not their cover. This is the red sneaker weeks that they have. I didn't like the color when it arrived. I just bought it because that was the cheapest, and I ended up covering it up with washi. That is why you can see this sort of pattern on it, because it's an empty washi tape. What I do with this is, just to be clear, it's not some sort of faith planner. For me, I'm part of committees, which means that I need to know when events take place, the time, the place, a lot of other information, the people important. So what I do is the monthlies are used for that purpose, to fill in up on all those details. And also the fact that it is so small that I can easily carry it to church is also a pro. Now, in the previous years, I just used to remember and then come back home and write it down in my main planner. What happened is that I tend to, you know, in that way I used to forget certain dates, certain things. This helps me to write it on the spot as I'm there, because it's small, I carry it around. And then whatever needs to be transferred to my main planner, I shift it over there as required. Now, as far as the weekly spreads are concerned, the weekly section, let me see whether I can show you one. Okay, this is one from I think last week or the previous week, I'm not sure, the week before that. What I do here is write down the the chapters that I'm reading that day. So Judges 9, Psalm 120, in the sense that this year I'm reading the Bible in a thematic order. So this is from the Bible Studies Tools website, I think. So I read it as per this. I write it beforehand every week or maybe every month, depending on how much I feel like writing down. And then I read as per this on that day. Of course, this does not include my other reading. This is specifically written so that I can refer to it easily instead of opening my mobile every time. Then as far as this side is concerned, the right hand side, what I do is church journaling. That Sunday's journaling comes on the right hand side. So 14th, the journaling would come here. Obviously I didn't write to, sometimes I don't fill it up depending on certain situations or circumstances as such. And the back, since this is a mega, there's a lot of notes pages at the back, are for meetings that I attend on the weekdays and notes regarding that. So in brief, what I want to say is that even though I have not used it a lot, I would say that despite not using it, I have not completely abandoned it. I've used it a lot. As far as the monthlies and weeklies are concerned, I've truly used it a lot. I feel that by the end of the year, the notes pages at the back will go to waste, which makes me sad. So I should probably not go for a mega again next year, because I don't need as many notes pages is what I've realized. But as far as my planning and journaling system is concerned, specifically these two, they include journaling as well, not just planning. They are going to remain for the coming year as well. Not only these, my teacher planner that I showed at the beginning, which is my work planner, I will be continuing with all three of these for the next quarter as well. But as far as next year is concerned, this one is a big question mark, as I mentioned earlier. This depends on a few other factors, like other interesting TRP planners that are available currently. Now that is all. I hope it wasn't too boring for you. I'll see you in the next video with the flip through of April and May in my Hobonichi cousin. Bye.